Some roster questions after week one, and you tweeted this out, so we're gonna go and ask you about this. Do you think they trade Dearness Johnson was inactive against the Panthers? And that's a guy that's shown he can play in the NFL. Also, any interest free agent wide receivers, Cole Beasley, T.Y. Hilton, or a trade for possibly Slayton or Mims? Any interest in free agent defensive tackles, Ndamukong Suh, Sheldon Richardson? Just your thoughts on those and the roster construction post week one.
Yeah, I think one of these running backs is going to get moved, and Dearness is the obvious one, the fact that he's inactive. You've got two running backs there that are out of contract this year. So if you move Dearness Johnson on, and lots of fans will look at player-for-player trades, you don't actually get that many of them in the NFL, not at this time of the year. You might see some more of them in the off-season. We saw Mack Wilson for Winovich. But once you get into the season, it's more players for picks. And they go, oh, why do you want picks? And it's like, well, if you trade away Dearness Johnson, you get back, let's say, 6th. It doesn't really mean much for the team because, hey, he's at minute, the way they're looking at the depth chart, your 4th running back, which, fingers crossed, will never see a snap this season. You don't even want your 3rd running back taking a snap, let alone your 4th. And instead, you could bring in someone like Cole Beasley, who's apparently been getting offers around the league, and suddenly he goes in and he's your 3rd best wide receiver on the entire roster. And that's where you go from a 4th running back to a 3rd wide receiver that should be playing about 50% of snaps. It's a no-brainer, and someone's going to give you a 6th round pick to make that move. It all just adds up to extra picks, and hey, we've done well with later picks. DPJ was just some guy we took in the 6th round. That 4th round kicker, it might not be a fan of taking kickers, but people go, oh, why do you need a 4th rounder? Well, we'd be sat in here 0-1 if we didn't have that 4th rounder on the roster.
Yeah, and you know what? You're absolutely right. Kevin Stefanski in this front office, Andrew Berry, Paul DePodesta, they seem to understand what type of player they are looking for. And that's how you get guys in the 4th, 5th, 6th round, is by understanding what fits into your scheme.